On my very first day of school, I got picked on. The other kids made fun of me, saying I looked like a substitute teacher. So I decided to roll with it and walked right up to the blackboard to introduce myself.
Quiet down, people. My name is Mr. Abagnale. That's Abagnale, not Abagnale, not Abagnale, but Abagnale. Now, somebody please tell me where you left off in your textbooks. Excuse me, people, if I need to ask again, I'm going to write up the entire class. Take your seats!
Using my natural talent for deception, I managed to fool everyone in that classroom. I even got back at the student who had messed with me earlier.
Excuse me, what's your name?
Brad.
Brad, why don't you get up here in front of the class here and read conversation number 5.
Then the real substitute teacher walked into the room, but I kept my cool and handled it smoothly.
I always sub for Roberto. Excuse me, why aren't you reading?
My confident presence and behavior that perfectly matched the role instantly put her doubts to rest. She actually started wondering if the school had mixed up the schedule and left her hanging.
What do they think? It's easy for a woman my age and all the money that it costs to travel? I tell you, they don't give a damn.
This was my first attempt at impersonation and fraud, but it was also the shortest-lived scam in my entire history of identity theft. Just 1 week later, my 16-year-old self had successfully got my parents called into school, with the principal himself handling the meeting. During that brief week, I convincingly assigned homework to my classmates, organized tests, and even boldly held a parent-teacher conference. I got so carried away that I was actually planning to send the entire class to work at a factory. Meanwhile, outside the classroom, there was this girl holding a sick note, supposedly written by her mom, trying to get excused from school. I could tell right away that the note was fake.
That note, it's a fake, right? You should fold it.
It's a note from my mom. I have the doctor's appointment.
Yeah, but there's no crease in the paper. When your mom hands you a note to miss school, the first thing you do is you fold it and you put it in your pocket. If it's real, where's the crease?
When she heard me say that, she quickly folded the note in half. Surprisingly, she still managed to get her absence approved. Shortly after my parents emerged from the principal's office, the outcome was crystal clear. I had been expelled from school. But my father just smiled slightly at the news because, in his mind, this wasn't such a big deal. The truth is, my talent for deception was somewhat inherited from my father. He had been investigated by the government for tax evasion issues, which completely ruined his reputation. To save his company, he had no choice but to go to the bank for a loan. But before we could do that, we both needed to dress the part if we had any hope of getting that loan approved. So my father decided to rent me a black suit. However, when we got to the rental shop, the owner refused to open up, claiming it wasn't business hours yet. Left with no other option, my father had to fall back on his old tricks.
Is this yours? I just found it in the parking lot. Must have slipped right off your neck.